Coach James E. Galvin. This coming fall, Coach Galvin will begin his 48th year of coaching football. He has been a part of 13 conference, 6 district, 4 regional, and 2 state championship teams. Coach Galvin attended Grand Rapids Catholic Central, and in 1987, as head coach at his alma mater, the Grand Rapids Catholic Central team won the state championship. Coach Galvin's comments on why coach. I wanted the challenge of implementing a football program, preparing a team each week, executing the game plan, and working with other coaches to develop young men into leaders of our society. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach James E. Galvin.
That's a pretty formal introduction. Normally they just call me Coach. Even my grandkids call me Coach. Sometimes my wife calls me Coach. But I consider myself one of the luckiest guys in the world to have coached high school football for 47 years, with the love of my wife and the love and support of my family. I'd like to introduce my family to you because besides football, even before football, my family is the most important thing in my life. First of all, I'd like to introduce my wife Nora, who washes uniforms and did about everything for the football season. My daughter Julie, her husband David, their children Cormac, Bridget, Hennessy, and Brennan. I've been coaching long enough to coach my grandson now. I'd like to congratulate all of the inductees up here. It's an honor for me to be included. I would like to congratulate the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association for the work that they do as a positive leader for our student athletes in the state of Michigan. It was my life's goal from the 8th grade on to be a football coach and a teacher. I never wavered from that goal. I had a contract in my pocket to coach football after I graduated from Western Michigan University. Went back to visit my high school. My former principal asked me if I was interested in the job there. I took the contract out of my pocket, called them and said, I can't coach for you, I can't teach, I'm going home. So I coached a total of 24 years at Grand Rapids Catholic Central. I started out with Dale Holleran, who just passed away about a month ago. He gave me my opportunity to coach varsity football my first year. Some of the coaches that I've coached with along the way have been outstanding leaders in society. They've had a tremendous positive influence on me. My 3rd year of coaching varsity football at Grand Rapids Catholic Central, you know, sometimes Catholic schools are accused of recruiting. Well, I'm here to admit to you that I did recruit one candidate. It was a quarterback. And I took that quarterback candidate out for coffee, and we sat there at the restaurant. We turned the mat over, I drew plays, we discussed the formations, etc. And she's been my wife for almost 45 years. She'd like to say I've been married 45 years. She's only been, she's only 33. So. She's been the leader of our team, our family. She's taken me through the highs and the lows of family life and football. She was there when we were 0-9, and she was there when we were 14-0. She's been an outstanding person in my life, and I love you very much. I would be remiss if I didn't mention a couple of coaches that have had tremendous influences on me during my career. Starting out with my freshman football coach, Jules Summers. I went to Catholic Central and there were 100 out my freshman year. I was 5th string. I got in every game and we went 3-3. My senior year, we were 9-0 and state champs. So That guy gave me a chance, and I took that philosophy throughout my whole coaching career to give as many kids an opportunity to be a big part of a team as they could. Ted Soul, Joe Godleski, both members of the Hall of Fame, were my varsity coaches, had a tremendous influence on me. Jerry Saraki, Ron Bentley, Keith Burgess, Jerry Dutcher, who was at Grand Rapids, Ottawa Hills, Tom Hasnaugh, and now at East Grand Rapids High School. Probably one of the greatest guys that I've ever worked with, that I ever will work with. I hope I work with him until, as I said in the paper, they cart me off the field. Peter Sturzma, an outstanding leader, an outstanding coach, and I love coaching with you, Peter. In conclusion, I would like to say that I love coaching and teaching. I'm still learning every day. I will always be ready for the test. The test comes every morning you get up. There are tests that you're going to face. I tell my players, I tell my family, always be ready for the test. Thank you. Be ready for the test. My son Michael and his wife Christy and their kids Cameron and Cooper. Would you stand, guys, please? And my son Joe also played for me. Joe and his wife Gretchen, their children Hunter and Brody. You'll never let me live that one down.